by submitting the e-assessment forms, participants will eligible to get certificate, e-certificate, and you will receive letter once this session is over, especially by the end of June. The today's session on marketing research. Marketing research is a very, very important tool, also topic of requirements to know for all potential innovators and also the mentors. Because without marketing and marketing research tool, it is very difficult to validate your idea also at the innovation or the startup. So how to use this marketing tool at different stages, starting from the problem identification to the idea development, prototype and innovation development, and startup stage. Today, we have one very good expert from Invest India. He is Dr. Preet Singh. He is working as a AVP at Invest India, and he has been looking after the responsibility of business reconstruction, and especially in the post-COVID period. And from educational side, he is a graduate from IIM Ahmedabad. He did his PhD from IIM Ahmedabad. Also, he has established a couple of startups, and he is good expert. He is good expert in marketing and marketing research. So I will request Dr. Preet to focus on marketing research, and also I will request, because marketing research is so vast subject, so he is going to deliver this lesson in two sessions. So in the first session, in today's session, he will cover the foundation level, and after 1 week gap, he will again come with the advanced level session on marketing research, and he will try to get familiar with different tools and how to use that marketing research tools for your idea innovation. So with this, I will request Dr. Preet Singh to take the session, and now floor is.
Thank you, Deepak. Hello, everyone. As Deepak mentioned, I've been doing this for a while now. So while my area of expertise during my PhD was not marketing, I realized that if anybody would ever want to do something with a startup, you need to know your market study, you need to know your market size, you need to know a lot of things related to the opportunity size. How it becomes important is I of course started off and failed many times. In fact, usually in my introduction, I start by saying that I have failed so many times that I am a stakeholder in the ecosystem. So one of the things that we realize that is important for every startup is that each team member has to be acutely aware of the entire market value, of who is the customer, who is the consumer, what is the price point, what is competition, what is it that you are trying to solve, how are things going. And it's nice that we've decided to keep this into two different sessions. The second session will focus more on maybe one advanced case study. After the end of the session, I would request you to, of course, do some exercises at your end. I'm not sure if you would want to share those, but you should do it for your understanding to know if you have understood those well. How the session progresses is I will take you through some basics of what all a market research study or a market study or marketing study, what all these things entail. It will be a more broader overview. And if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. Right. So I'll just share my screen with the presentation. Just let me know in case the screen is visible.
Simpler example, Cerelac. Who consumes Cerelac? Babies consume Cerelac, right? But who buys Cerelac? Right? Their parents, of course, because babies are too young to have a credit card, right? When the baby's mother or father, when this person goes to the store, they are your customer. You need to be attracting them, right? So there is a difference in customer and consumer. So if we are ever looking at the market size of Cerelac, or let's say milk powder, right? In that case, we need to pay attention to both these separately. That how many kids can and would want to consume this, and how many parents can actually pay for this, right? So just keep this distinction in mind. It is one of the more important things. The second thing here, the second thing here is how do you estimate it? So let's just keep this simple. Let's not delve into complications here. Let's keep it simple. The total market size for any B2C product. B2C means business to consumer. B2B means business to business. B2G means business to government, right? B2C is the product that a business sells to people, and B2B is a product that a business sells to another business. So it is an intermediary, right? And B2G is what you sell to the government, right? So every B2C product will say the entire world is my audience. Let's say you create a new phone, you will say that everybody in the world will anyway need a phone. So a phone is my market is 7 billion people in the world, right? So that is a good start point. That is not the end point, of course, right? From that, you need to segment it. You need to say that, my phone costs, let's say 30,000 rupees. So the segment that I could target is everybody who has a disposable income of more than 30,000 rupees, right? Then you also have to seek, what percentage of their annual income is this person going to spend on your phone? Let's say if a rickshaw puller earns about 1 lakh rupees in a year, I do not think this person is going to buy your phone for 30,000, right? So your segment then becomes maybe somebody who earns about 4 lakh a year. This person can become my target segment, right? Or similarly, you can also say that, my phone will have, let's say, the best graphics, right? So anybody who's interested in playing video games, right, on their phone would be my target segment, right? The paying ability that we decided, for example, if you're talking about people who are into graphics, then we also need to see who are the people who can pay for those graphics, which means that from whatever 3 billion gamers in the world, your target segment now will become about 1 billion, because about 60% of those people might not be able to pay this sort of a premium product, right? And then, of course, reach. If you start something in Noida or let's say Guntur or Odisha, are you going to reach Waterloo? Are you going to reach Ghana? Are you going to reach Kenya? No. So you will be restricted by that geography also. So your essential size that you can actually address becomes much, much smaller, right? So these are things that all can vary. For example, if you are giving people a loan, then your paying ability lever changes. If you are expanding your market geographically, your reach changes. If you are willing to launch multiple products, your segments change, right? So you need to see how all of these components fit. I'm assuming a number of you would be engineers. So there is this concept called Drake's equation. If you want, we could cover that maybe in the next session. But that is an interesting approach to market sizing, of course. The main question again comes in, can you address the entire group, right? We'll take a small example. Before we go to the example, these are things that you should carry in your head. How do you keep your estimates real? For any startup, when they say, what is our total market size? What is our target market? What is the segment? These are some of the questions that they have in their head. Let's say you launch a new taxi startup, cab startup, taxi hailing, online taxi hailing like Ola or Uber, right? So you see how many people can pay, how many people are interested, how many people need your product, how many people are not loyal to a competitor. Let's say, somebody has a great deal with Ola, somebody has a corporate deal with Uber. Do they actually want to switch to, the new company that you are launching? How many people would want to afford this entire thing? As I said, the rickshaw puller can pay for it, but the rickshaw puller cannot afford it. How many people can legally access it? It's totally possible that a state in India has banned taxi sharing by a new person unless you meet a certain threshold, right? So that also reduces your market size. How many people can access it geographically? If you are serving, let's say, only urban areas, then all the rural areas are gone. So with these sort of questions in mind, why don't you think, what is the size of mutual fund